and thank you so much for watching or listening today. Thank you for being with us. Today, I have the absolute pleasure and the honor of speaking with an absolute living legend, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Alonzo Moore. Mr. Alonzo Moore is an incredible individual. He's held some incredibly high level positions in the IT industry, in the finance industry with some of the mortgage giants in America, as well as with telecommunications giants as well. He has over 28 years of experience in those fields, as well as 13 years experience in the network marketing profession. He's been a top business leader, top income earner, very highly ranked in multiple organizations, currently ranked as gold in his current organization, but that's due to change soon, I'm very sure, Alonso, because you're on your way up to the dizzy heights, my friend, of success. And Alonso is an incredible individual. He has a real passion for helping people to maximize their potential in life, financially, mentally, emotionally, on every level. He's helped multiple people earn a six-figure income, guys, a six-figure income from home. And he believes in helping every individual on earth, that it's our duty to help them maximize their potential and make the world a better place. So, Alonso, I hope I haven't missed anything there, but thank you so much, obviously, for making the time to talk with me. It's a real honor, and I'm very grateful to have you here. So, thank you.
Liam, thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words as well. And I just want to throw it back at you and say, I appreciate you as well. You're a great human being. You've done some amazing things in network marketing as well, and soon to do some more and help a lot of people as well. So I just want to say, the Cash App is on the way. So I appreciate the kind words as well. And I'm just glad to be here with you as well and share some moments and some thoughts on my career and network marketing and just life in general, guys.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, thank you again. I appreciate the kind words. So Alonso, I'm going to start with, life as it is now, because obviously we're in crazy times with the pandemic. The world has shifted, the world has changed in ways that I think many people never thought would happen. It's put people under a lot of pressure. Obviously, it's opened some new doors for people as well, which is one of the things, because there's a positive and a negative, I really think. But let's talk about your life as it is right now, April 2021. You're thriving. I mean, the world's in a crazy place, but you're thriving. You're doing really well. So let's talk about some of your current ventures and what you're up to right now, basically. Let's talk about that.
Well, thank you guys so much. Actually, around 5 years in network marketing, eclipsing that, and just great to be in the sphere of people like yourself, and great to be in business as well. And April 2020 here, just fast forward, I remember being in the school, looking back, and I said, "Wow, man, I'm 54 years young." And I never forget that I was sitting in class one time, and I was daydreaming, and that happens. You're looking out the window, and you're daydreaming. And I'm saying, "Wow, what am I going to be doing in 2021?" I'll be 54. I remember saying that. I ran through so many years. I'm like, in 2020, I'll be 53. Man, what am I gonna have children, grandchildren? What's going on? And I was looking at that and I was thinking about it. And let's fast forward to 2021. And we've been through so many things. It's been difficult for a lot of people as well. And you're looking at 2020 hit and things change, 2021, we're still struggling to get through this pandemic. It's a worldwide pandemic. And so a lot of people are desperate. They don't know what to do. What we got to do here is find out how many people we can help. Not find, but go out and look for people that we can help. They're in desperate situations. Some folks, their income has been exhausted. There's been jobs that have been lost, never coming back. So a pandemic-proof business like multi-level marketing, direct sales. And you guys will never hear me say a lot about my company, because it's not about the company, it's who you can help. And the company is just a vehicle, and is one of the greatest vehicles on the planet Earth as we see it now. That's why we're involved here. And I will drop that name, Zealous. And I'm glad to be a part of it, guys. And it's just changing some lives because of the pandemic. We're in the right place at the right time with health and wellness. You cannot go wrong. People are looking to do what? Get healthier. Some folks are looking to make some money as well. So we can help people with two of those things and solve those problems. It's just a great feeling when you're able to solve some problems and ease the pain from a lot of people, because the pain is income. The pain is their health. So I'm excited just to be able to be someone who can be that conduit to make that happen for a lot of people. And I'm super excited about it, man.
Incredible, incredible. It's an incredible insight, Alonso. There's some wonderful value there already. Powerful words. I mean, talk a little bit about that, looking back a little bit, because I know we're sort of we jump back, to the past and back to the future. But as I mentioned at the beginning, you personally, you held some very, very, very high level positions, in IT, in the finance industry, things like this going back a few years. But you decided to take that leap. You decided to take that leap into network marketing now, those years ago. Now, what was some of the personal inspiration that drew you, to the industry in the beginning? Because now, you're a veteran of the industry. You've reached the dizzy heights and you're going for them again. But what was it in the beginning that really, really attracted you to the industry, if that makes sense?
Wow. This may take a few minutes to kind of go back to the essence of the story, and I could fast forward it, but I'll kind of go through some and kind of breeze through it. And I remember being a youngster, and I remember I didn't know I was being set up for this. Network marketing chose me. I didn't choose it. Entrepreneurship basically is what it is. So I remember there was a young man. He owned his own. Well, I'm saying young man. I don't like to say old. No one's old. Even if you're 100, you're 100 years young. So I remember Mr. Wilson in the neighborhood. He owned stores, a game room, all kinds of stuff that he owned. And some people call them corner store. Some people call them bodegos, corner stores and stuff like that. But anyway, he was in the community, and I remember him. He would always get together with the youngsters like myself, and he would plant a seed in us and say, "Hey, when you grow up, think about being an entrepreneur, having your own business, doing for yourself." He says the best thing that you can do and be your own boss. And I remember that. And I also remember not asking my mom for a bicycle, because, things were a little tight. We were broke, but we wasn't poor. Okay. Poor is a mentality. We were just broke. We just didn't have the financial ways and means that a lot of people had, after the passing of my grandparents and so forth. So I remember going around picking up spare parts. Someone would throw something away. I would pick up like a rim or, the bicycle seats, whatever I could find, handlebars, the frame, and I would take it home, sand it down, and spray paint it. I never forget that some people would throw the rims away, the bicycle rims, and because it was rusty. There was nothing wrong with it, just got rust on it because they left it outside or something. And dirt and water would actually get the rust off. I remember, so we find ways to do things and we figured things out. And I took that bike, I created a whole bicycle from spare parts, and sanded it down, went into the store, bought some gears. I put great gears on it, brakes, because that didn't cost a lot. Bought inner tubes, tires, all that stuff didn't cost nothing. But, I put that bike together and it was beautiful and it worked because we said, you know what, I'm not going to ask my mom, let's go find some parts and we'll put that bicycle together. So putting that bicycle together, didn't realize that was grooming me for what? Leadership and grooming me to be an entrepreneur. Also, when we would go to the grocery store, talk to the manager and say, well, hey, listen, do you mind if we bag groceries and help people take their groceries to the car? We were young. We did things like that. It didn't realize that was entrepreneurship. We would go and I would borrow my grandfather's lawnmower and he would say, hey, I'm going to charge you for my lawnmower and I'm going to make you put gas back in it when you return it. I need my gas tank full. So he says, okay, great. We pay him a rental fee. We go out and we cut grass. We were 8, 9 years old doing stuff like that. And we earned some really good money. And we did that. We go to, if it snowed, we go and shovel snow. We go down to the boat harbor and help the guys bring it in the fish, all kinds of stuff that we did to earn income. And that was entrepreneurship. And I didn't realize what was going on. So fast forward, I'm in corporate America. I'm working 2 jobs from ain't to faint. All right. My uncle said, Ace, 2 jobs is for 2 people. I was trading time for dollars, right? But I was making good money. I was a young man, in my early 20s, and I'm making all this kind of crazy income because, I was a hard worker. And I figure like, if I got to get it, let's go get it. Let's make it happen. If it's to be, it's up to me. So I never forget, my brother and his wife was working and they were doing some network marketing. And I would always say, man, that stuff is a scam. What are you doing? Why don't you just get another job? And my brother says, man, I'm not getting another job. I'm tired of the one I have now. I never forget we got laid off, and I never forget the CEO of the company met us at the airport to tell us we were getting laid off. I never forget that. So I told my brother, hey, listen, man, I want to go to your meeting. He would always invite me to the meeting. And I'm like, hey, listen, I want to go to your meeting. Because they knew if they got me, I was a hard worker. I was going to, if I saw the opportunity, I would go all in and all out. So I went to the meeting. There was a lot of people there. They were dressed well. Everybody, their attire was just looking great and sharp. And the energy in the room was just amazing. And I was like, wow, man, they've been inviting me to this the whole time. And I said no. Now, fast forward, they retired themselves. They wasn't working anymore, but I was working two jobs. And him and his wife, they were able to stay at home with three kids and take care of everything and live in a nice neighborhood, a nice home. I got to thinking while I was in the meeting, what in the world were you thinking about? So I jumped up. The guy says, hey, if you see an opportunity, get yourself started. I jumped up. I says, I'm in. My brother says, hey, calm down, sit down. So fast forward, got involved in my first opportunity. I didn't know what I was doing. I honestly didn't, but I was coachable, teachable, and reachable. And I did everything they told me to do. Lo and behold, 5 months into that opportunity, hit the top of the company. People said, hey, man, that just really don't happen. And for two brothers to be in an opportunity and both of them rise to the top, that's rare. So that was my introduction into network marketing, multi-level marketing, direct sales. And it's been a great journey ever since. There's been some highs, there's been some lows. So, I never get down when things get low. And when things get high, I never get too high. I stay even keel because attitude is everything and your mindset is everything. So I was exposed to some great leaders. I did what they asked me to do. I had a lot of personal development. I still do personal development today. And that's what really excited me about network marketing. And I was literally, not literally, but literally earning more money than I was earning on one of those jobs. I was earning more money. So that got me excited, and I had gotten bitten by that bug, 25 years ago. And here I am today, sir.
Incredible, Alonso. That is a remarkable story on many, many levels. And as always, I'm so grateful for you sharing it with also myself and everyone else watching or listening to this. Alonso, I want to highlight something else there. It's funny you should mention it because it's another question that I have. You mentioned personal development. Now network marketing, multi-level marketing, it has been called personal development with a compensation plan. It's been called a lot of things, but that's one of them. Personal development is a remarkable thing. Now, I want to highlight this a little bit because to get to the level that you've got to, you must have done some work on yourself. You must have done a lot of work on yourself, as you just mentioned. I'd like to talk about that a little bit, some of your own development, how you've grown as an individual, to sort of highlight that for other people, for how they can do the same thing, basically, how they can grow, and develop and become better people. So let's talk a little bit about the personal development side of things. I don't have like a really sort of narrow question about, oh, let's talk about this. Just as a broad topic, what are some of the things that you've worked on with yourself? If you don't mind sharing that with us, please, Alonso, that would be fantastic.
Oh, yeah, I've listened to a lot of personal development. I was heavy on um, Brian Tracy. Um, there's a lot of guys, Jim Rohn, a
Mhm.
high dose of Jim Rohn. There's so many guys I can think of, books that I've read, Think and Grow Rich, um, How to Influence Friends, and so forth. And my first year in network marketing, there's another gentleman, Zig Ziglar. There's another one. It's just so many that I can name. That Butterfly Effect. That's another book. So, guys, it's not about who you are; it's who you can become. It's what the transformation that happens because things that bothered you when you were young or and didn't know any better, it doesn't bother you anymore. Just you brush it right off. And that's what personal development teaches you how to be a better dad, a better mother, a better doctor, lawyer, whatever your profession is, a better janitor, whatever it is that you're doing. And it teaches you how to live successfully. And most people, they measure success, they're in different ways. Monetarily, most people measure success. Who cares if you got a whole bunch of money and you don't know how to treat people? And I've seen some people, because network marketing is very interesting, because you can get in right place, right time, boom, you soar to the top, and you're making more money than you can count. And I've seen people get big headed, and they just don't know, they don't know how to treat people. That's a lack of professionalism and a lack of personal development, because personal development teaches you, how to treat people, and people don't care how much how much you make until they know how much you care. That's the biggest thing, is what's missing in the world today, and what's missing in multi-level marketing. Don't get me wrong, it's a great place to be. Is the word love, Love. If you could just love people and care for them, some people, they're going to come into your organizations, they're going to be cancers. You got to love them enough to leave them, love them enough to leave them, and I never forget, there was a gentleman in the company, and he's passed on, and I never forget, this gentleman used to say, go where you're not needed. And it took me a long time to figure that one out. His name was Dave Savola, and he's one of the best mentors that I've seen and had in the industry as well. And mentors can be from afar, they can be close, they can be in your company, out of your company, but you do need mentors and so forth. And just those lessons along the way. And there's some things you can look back and say, well, I could have done that a little different, had I known better. But you know what? The biggest thing is this, Liam, is now that you know, what will you do? When you know better, you're supposed to do better. So with much is given, to whom much is given, much is expected. So also the term, inspect what you expect. And sometimes, it took me a while to figure that one out, but I got it, and I'm like, wow, inspect what you expect. So a lot of times we're looking for the power externally, but truly the power that comes from you is internally. So you must internalize and do what? Personal development, in order to advance yourself and to advance humanity. So just like human beings, we're always looking to get better. I mean, think about this. What if we never had the cotton gin? What if we never had the steam engine? What if we never had these things? So we always look to get better. And I think it was this person here. It was Brian Tracy would say this, and he was one of the best in sales. And he would say, it's just about getting 1% better at these small things that you do. Get 1% better, and all of a sudden you start achieving more than the average person, because you only got 1% better. You don't have to be 100% better, just 1% better. Focus on that. Let's see what else we can get 1% better at: recruiting, sponsoring, 1% better at doing a presentation, 1% better at sharing information with people, if that makes sense, Liam.
Mhm. Oh, it makes sense, Alonso. And wow, I knew that would be a good answer, but that was so much better again than what I was thinking of, what I was expecting. That is, there's so much wisdom condensed into a few sentences. What you shared there, my friend. Obviously, for myself, for everyone else listening, watching to this, powerful wisdom. And yeah, they are great teachers. Brian Tracy, Zig Ziglar, everyone you mentioned. They get you up in the morning quicker than your coffee. But as well as that, it is it's a whole journey, which I know that you've been on, and obviously you're still on, to this day, and from from here on out. I just wanted to share that with people, because personal development is such a cornerstone, but it's also such a misunderstood thing. So thank you, Alonso. Thank you very much. The next thing I want to move on to with this is obviously some of the impact you have had on lives. Some of the positive impact that you have had on people's lives, because you've had such a positive impact. You've helped many people. Obviously, you continue to do so, but you've helped people earn six figures. You've helped people achieve dreams, maximize their potential. And it's not, it's an intangible thing. It's not just a material thing with money, this and that, as we were saying. You've helped people get to the point where they can look after their families. They can help other people, the ripple effect, the butterfly effect. But they look in the mirror, they're proud of themselves. All these intangible things that you can't really put a price tag on them. You can't really, quantify them or measure them in that way, but it's a profound impact. So when you've seen people that you've worked with, that you've helped, that you've mentored, coached, or whatever you want to call it, get to six figures, get to those dizzy heights and things like that, what goes through your mind when you when you realize, I know it's sort of a funny question, but when you realize that you've had that impact and it's, because I know your own success is one thing, but the impact you've had on others is incredible. So yeah, that's the question. I mean, what goes through your mind in a moment like that when you see someone walk across the stage or when, they reach those heights? How does that feel?
I'd rather watch others walk across the stage because when you've been on the stage, you've been there at the big dance, you've spoken on the stage, you walked across it. That's great. But it's a great accomplishment and a great feeling when you see others coming with you on the journey and they get the opportunity to walk on the stage and you watch them, and it's like, man, it's like basketball. Some guys rather, don't get me wrong, I was a great shooter. I love to shoot the ball, but I also love to make that great pass and watch someone else make that shot, make the winning shot. It doesn't have to be me. So some people may look at it like this, Liam, and say, well, I helped 100 families earn this and that. It's not about that. It's the small accomplishments along the way. When you see someone who came in this business and they're just timid as hell, they're scared to talk to people. They just don't know what to do. They're scared to say hi on social media. So I remember a young lady said to me, "What do I say to people? Hi." She said, "Oh, that's it. Yes, hello, hi, how are you?" And when you see that person go from being that shy, timid person and you see that person walking across the stage, that is the biggest high that I get from this business. When you transform someone's life and you see the personal development and you see the transformation in them, and now they're just this confident person, that's the biggest thing that I love about this business, to see that transformation in people. So yeah, it's great to have, other people earn all kinds of income. That's great, but it's those little accomplishments. I remember I was seeing online, the person said, "I got my first recruit." I love to see that. See, that's what really floats my boat about this business, to see other people winning. And it does not matter if they're on my team and in my business, they're in other companies. I love to see them win. I'm rooting them on. And that's what it's really truly all about. Those accomplishments are really what gets me excited and energize me about this business. And also the feedback from other people saying, "Hey man, you're so positive. I just love your energy." Because when we meet people, we exchange energy, whether or not you believe it or not, it's going to be good or bad. My grandmother used to say this: "What you're looking for is looking for you." Be careful, because my grandmother would take a switch to you. Back then, they'd tear you up, and probably be child abuse now. But sometimes you feel like, man, she just knocked me out. But the great thing about it is what you're looking for really truly is looking for you. So make sure you're presenting your best you and you're transferring great energy, because I'm not going to call you if I'm having a bad day and I'm just, my energy is pouring out into you. That's not fair. So the term is so, we hear these terms all the time and these cliches, about the Zooms, about the meetings, the calls, and all this kind of stuff. We hear it all the time. And the saying goes like this: it says, when you're having a bad day, you need the Zoom. Okay, when you're having the best day of your life, the Zoom needs you, because you're going to feed off the energy both ways. You're feeding in and also you're feeding from. It's like a dog. If you're nervous and scared, you're going to get him excited and he's going to bark, growl, he might bite you. But if you don't show any fear, you let him know, "Hey, I'm here and I'm standing tall," you know what? Chances are that dog will back down. In the bottom line, the same thing applies to your business. Be excited, be grateful, be kind, be glad that you have a business to share with other people. Do not worry when other people don't see your business. Don't worry about it. Some other people will thank you. "Man, I'm so glad you offered this opportunity to me at this time. I've been praying on my knees every night for something." So there's billions of people out here on the planet Earth. Maybe there's some others out there in the universe somewhere. I don't know yet. But if we do find them, network marketing is coming. I like to have a little bit of fun as well. So it's good to laugh at yourself. And it's okay to laugh with people and sometimes at people as well, because you're going to see some crazy stuff along the way with this journey called network marketing, Liam.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I hope that
Well,
answers your question, man. I hope that answers your question because that's what really truly excites me, the growth from other people.
yeah. Oh, it answers the question, Alonso. Once again, I mean, it answers it so much more than what I was thinking of, and it's an amazing insight for people, and it's an insight into you, with your own passion and power and warmth and generosity and all of these things. But it is an insight into the business as a whole, which I think is a fantastic thing again. And obviously, some people watching this, listening to this, will be very familiar with network marketing, and some, they won't have a clue. It'll be the first time that they've heard of this type of thing. So I really think that it's good to sort of explain that for both kinds of individuals. I want to talk about another thing here, which is obviously coming back to the present a little bit, being Zealous itself, and your current involvement with that. I mean, obviously, it's a fantastic team to say the least. Things are on fire. One of the 100 fastest growing companies in the world, changing lives around the world. Great leadership. So again, it's not a really narrow question of this or that, but really anything that you'd like to say on this one, on your current involvement, because I know, I've said before, and I know I keep saying, you've been very high up in a lot of companies. You've done incredibly well. Obviously, had your own company at one point, I believe, in all these things. But now with Zealous, things are on fire. So anything you'd like to say about that, Alonso? I mean, the floor is yours, my friend, on this one.
Liam, I say this, the biggest thing going is one word: integrity.
Mhm.
People of integrity, company of integrity, compensation plan of integrity, products of integrity. That's the biggest thing going. And sometimes people don't realize, will you say or do the right thing even when no one's looking? Even if you're going to lose something, will you be truthful? And the company here, here's what I do know from looking at the company, um, doing background on it, just everything that I've done as far as looking into this company called Zealous. And I was blown away. I'll be honest with you. All the years I've been involved with the industry, I was blown away. The fact that the company spent $70 million, on the infrastructure, the products, all these things they put in place to take this to the world, the human economy, okay, to take it to the world, the global economy at best. And when I saw something, it blew me away. I knew what spirulina was. I know blue green algae. But after understanding the efficacy of the product, the integrity of how they built it, I was blown away. I did know a little bit about vertical farming as well, and I've always been looking for a clean, pristine product with greatest of purity. I found that here. It blew me away. I says, man, I didn't think I could find this. I really didn't. And don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking any other companies. But when someone says to you, tell me about your products, or do you believe in your products? We can truly say that we believe in the products, we believe in the leadership, we also believe in the whole shebang. We have people like Eric over in, he's French, so I messed his name up. Eric over in Luxembourg, and Luxembourg happens to be the richest country in the world to everyone known in the universe, and just Tim, all these guys. And also want to give a shout out to my good friend Austin Zuloff. This is a great, great man of integrity and great esteem, and he goes out of his way to help people. He'll take the shirt off his back and give it to you, and forsake himself and give that shirt to you. So people like that in the company, you cannot go wrong. So the rise and fall of anything that you do is all based in leadership. Now, this company, 7 years around, they only been around 7 years, 7 years young, as we like to say. It is amazing. It's explosive. You will never find another product like this or products like this on planet Earth. I guarantee you. And I don't say that because I'm involved. Yes, I might be a little biased, but it's the testimonials that we've got. It's people saying, hey, man, you helped change my life, and I got some money in my covets. I mean, I got great things in my covets. I got money in my purse. When you do things like that, man, that's the biggest thing that you can do. So this is the company, not just of redemption. This is the company of the century. And things will never be the same because of the pandemic. And what this company put together, I believe it is God sent. I'm going to say that, guys. I really, truly do, because look at what they put together. You do your homework, you research it, go to Google, PubMed.gov, anywhere you want to go, and you look at these products and you realize how we put them together. And it says it's 100% free of chemicals, pesticides, any kind of heavy metals. This thing is 100%, these products are 100% legit. I can't say enough about that. And when you take them, you will know. So I can't go into all these testimonials because people are going to go, man, are you crazy? You can't say that. Some things we just can't say up here. But here's what I will tell you. Do your research like myself, like Liam done, and you will know this is it. No better place you can be on planet Earth right now than with Zealous.
Incredible, Alonzo. What a testimony that was. That was wonderful. And I appreciate you sharing everything from the heart. You know, that I know that's the way you are as an individual, but I really, really do appreciate you sharing everything from the heart and talking about integrity, you know, in such a pure, unfiltered, genuine, and authentic fashion. It's just incredible. Alonso, I mean, the last thing that I really have to say, because you know, I know we've been through a range of broad topics. You know, we've talked about some wonderful things. We've given people an insight, I think, into maybe something they know about, maybe something they don't know so much about. Obviously, you and your own success and your proud moments, and you know, the levels that you've reached, and showing people that it's possible, and a lot more. I do have to ask, I mean, do you have anything that you'd like to say, you know, to people watching this, listening to this, everything like that? I know we've talked about Zealous, but one of the things is I've seen some of your, you know, your talks and some of your, you know, when you're closing out certain Zooms and some, you know, some of the incredible things that, you know, that you share from the heart and they stay with you, man. They stay with you after you've heard it. So is there anything, you know, people watching this, people listening to this, regardless of if they're involved in network marketing or not, if they want to be involved in it, or just people who want to maximize their potential because you've done it, you've been there, you continue to do it. So is there anything you'd like to say to them? Maybe people, you know, who sort of met you, if you like, for the first time through this. Anything you'd like to say to them at all? You know, I'm wide open. Like, once again, the floor is yours, Mr. Moore.
Well, Liam, you know, I'll say this, man. You know, success is, you know, evident, and there's a lot of evidence of success in the world. You know, different companies, so forth, and you know, people are having success. So the biggest thing that I see that you have to do is learn to get out of your way, not take things so serious, not take yourself too serious as well. You know, and let your ego go. You know, I buried my ego in the backyard years ago, put it in a trash bag, dug a hole, and I buried it because egos, you're edging out God, but you know what? You cannot be successful. You cannot win if your ego is in the way. So you got to forego all of that, you know, bury that. And the biggest thing is edification. Learn how to edify people. I'm not saying embellish things, but what I said about Liam, I really mean it. And he's a great guy. And that's what we do. We edify each other as well. No one wants to join any team where people are talking bad about each other, and no one, you got all these egos and too much of this and a little bit of that and a dash of testosterone and some other things going on. It just don't work out, you know? So the biggest thing is being able to get out of your own way, learn to edify, learn to care about people. See, I never saw anyone as a meal ticket. I don't see a dollar sign on Liam's head. I just don't see that. I see human beings, and I see the potential. And I always say, well, hey, let's go out. Let's make a difference. Let's make a change. You know what? Let's help some people. Let's grow together. Let's cry together. Let's make some money together. You know, that's how I see people. And it's a different mentality. And when you see that, it really works. I remember this about the story about the lion and the elephant. Now, look at the elephant. The elephant's a huge animal. What is he, 10 times bigger than the lion, maybe? That elephant is huge. He could probably step on the lion and kill him, you know, with 1 foot, you know. But the mentality of the lion is when he wakes, his stomach is empty, he's hungry, and he sees the lion, he sees the elephant as being what? His meal. Now, the elephant doesn't look at the lion as being his meal. The elephant's thinking, I don't want to be the meal for the lion. So what he does, he tries to get away from it instead of fighting back, saying, you know what, if I just step on this guy, he's gone. So it's a mentality that you got to have in this business. And a lot of people don't really understand that. But, as you go along and you gain experience, you'll understand this. Act as if everything is on the line. And sometimes when we have full-time jobs, we'll go, well, I have a full-time job. I'm just doing this on the side. It doesn't matter, and they have a casual attitude about it. And remember, if you're casual about this thing, eventually you will become a casualty. And that you don't want to happen to you. Is nothing but the psychology of business and understanding people. And the more you learn about people. And when you listen and you learn things, you just ask a simple question. Hey, is this something that you think you would love to do? You think would work out? This would work out great for you. It's all in how you ask the questions. Then you sit back and listen to the answer. People will tell you everything you want to know. So the biggest thing is become a great listener. Become a great learner. Always work on yourself. Once you get these little things out of the way, and then we can teach you some ways to close people out, what to listen for. We can teach you all these things are really techniques to grow your business. And a good friend of mine, we were just having a conversation, and we were talking about the industry. And it's funny nowadays, people, and we were talking about this. Nowadays, people want to learn all the tricks, but no one wants to learn the trade. So if you learn the trade of network marketing, you become a 6-7 figure money earner. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll share this with you. The only difference between a 6-figure money earner and a 7-figure money earner is only timing. Okay, they both have the same skill set. So learn the skill set, the art of the close, the art of listening, all these small things, and you just get better at it just a little bit. But we start you off with something very easy to do. We start you off with personal development. I played football, and I never forget that when we were playing football, they just didn't put pads on us, and we go out and get a helmet on. We go out there and start tackling and hitting and all that. First, they talked to us. It was the mental aspect of getting us ready. Then we went through training camp. See, most people, I knew this. If you can get through the training camp, the 2-a-days, you can make the team, because most people will quit. They don't do 2-a-days. Matter of fact, I think it's one of the best athletes I ever seen was Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Money Mayweather, right? So most people think they know Floyd. They just know Floyd in the media. But if you talk to Floyd outside of the media, he's a totally different person. But Floyd would do 2 and 3 trainings a day. This guy would call 2 o'clock in the morning, wake his trainer up and say, you know what? Let's go. I'm ready to go in the gym. Usually it's the trainer calling the student saying, hey, get up, let's go. We got to train, man. You got a fight coming up in 6 weeks or whatever. No, he's waking the trainer up saying, hey, man, I'm ready to go. Wake up, get up, let's go. No one, I've never seen that in sports. LeBron James, he's getting up. He hurt himself. He's getting up 5 o'clock in the morning to rehab himself. Most people saying, I'm not getting up at 5 a.m., man. I'm still asleep. Leave me alone. How far are you willing to go to get to where you need to be? That is the difference. It's the mindset. That's the mindset of champions and winners. And if you hang around champions and winners, eventually you will become one. Think about it. If you hang around, show me 3 of your good friends and I'll show you your lifestyle.
Yeah.
If you hang around some lions, you become one. You can't be a pussycat hanging around lions. Okay? I'm not cussing, guys, but I just want to keep it straight 100 with you guys. And that's the biggest thing. So if you hang around these giants, you become one because of your growth, what you learn. If you tag along with Warren Buffett, what do you think you're going to learn? You're going to learn something hanging around Warren Buffett. And my famous quote from Warren Buffett is this. Warren said it like this. He says, it's not how many times you get it wrong. You just have to get it right one time. You get it right one time here, guys, we're done. Passive residual income for the rest of your life, because this company is not going anywhere, guys. And I really mean that. So there's so much we can talk about as far as building your empire, building you. But to build your empire, you got to build you first. So I hope that answers your questions, Liam, and I appreciate you so much. And I got nothing but love for you and your family, and you guys are doing some amazing things in network marketing. I know you've interviewed some amazing people as well, and I love listening to those interviews. And it just, man, it gets me excited about life, you know. So I heard Austin Zuloff said this, and I picked up on it, man. And I said, "Hey, Austin, man, how you doing?" He says, "The best day of my life." Like, wow, I like that. Best day of my life. And guys, I want to end this interview with this. It is the best day of your life. Any day that you get up is the best day of your life because you got an opportunity to change any outcome you want within the next 3 to 5 years. I mean, you could be completely debt free if you want. I remember sitting in a barbershop. I'm sitting in the barbershop. I saw these old men and they would say stuff, and I'm like, what are these guys talking about? I'm a young kid. I'm in the barbershop. Didn't want a haircut anyway, right? I was kind of kid. I didn't want no haircut, man. Just let me go run outside and play. So the old guy would say something to the other old guy, and he says, "Man, hey, how you doing?" And the guy would say, "Hey, every day is like a holiday." The other one would say, "Every meal is like a banquet." And I'm sitting there looking like, wow, what are these guys talking about? Okay, this sounds pretty good. And the guy says, "Can't kill nothing." The other one says, "Won't nothing die." And the other guy comes back and he says, "The work ain't hard." The other guy comes back and say, "The boss ain't mean." If that ain't network marketing, guys, please tell me what it is. So I wanted to leave you with that. I always try to leave something good and so forth to feed the spirit. And let's go out. Let's change some lives, man. Be that person that's going to be a change agent. And don't worry about the people that don't see it. Work with the willing. Easier to give birth than it is to raise the dead.
Wow, Alonzo, that is so much wisdom. And everyone listening to this has been absolute gold dust today. You know, some of the nuggets of wisdom Alonzo shared with us are just incredible. Alonzo, I'm so, so grateful once again, my friend. I appreciate you so much. Every kind word you said, right back at you on it. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for your time today. It's been a pleasure. It's been so, it's so far exceeded my expectations. I can't put it into words. So thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the Simply Inspired YouTube channel, and there'll be more videos coming soon.